I'm honored that you'd remember my birthday. Unfortunately, I make it a rule not to accept one-sided gifts. But if you insist, at least order from our today-only special menu at Mostro Lounge. I'll be sure to join you.
Hello, and happy birthday to you.
Why, thank you for stopping by to share your well wishes.
How are you enjoying the party?
It's quite delightful, thank you for asking. In fact, all the hustle and bustle reminds me of birthday parties with my family.
I take it they're similarly crowded.
Yes, that's right. My family runs a restaurant. It used to be that every year they'd close the restaurant on my birthday and hold a party with all my family and the staff. It had it all. Fancy decor, music, and the pièce de résistance was that I'd have the largest table there, stacked high with my favorite foods. My family was most insistent I cleaned my myriad plates to boot. In hindsight, it was all a bit much. But as a child, I was delighted by it.
Would you like to talk a bit about your family? What are they like?
My mother runs the restaurant. It started out as a little business with her as the sole proprietress. But by the time I was old enough to remember, it had a large staff and was the hottest restaurant in the whole Coral Sea. I imagine the secret to her success is equal parts business acumen and culinary ability. She's keenly interested in Mostro Lounge, as you can imagine. Isn't it wonderful that we can support each other in a shared vocation? There's also my stepfather. He's my mother's second husband. We're not blood related. He's a lawyer, as it happens. They got acquainted over the course of my mother's divorce proceedings. Life is full of strange twists and turns. The man is soft-hearted and sincere, but I can assure you that professionally speaking, he is nobody's fool. He often shares his insights about contracts and the law with me. He and my mother are quite the happy couple to boot. I admire him greatly. Then there's my grandmother. Everyone in my family is a mage, and she's a downright exceptional one. And so generous! She uses her magic to help solve the woes of her neighbors. Yes, she's every bit as benevolent as me. My family is full of, shall we say, distinctive personalities. But everyone is clever and resourceful. I couldn't be more proud.
What are some things about the Mostro Lounge that you've taken a firm stance on?
Oh, there are plenty. If I had to be specific, though, I'm uncompromising about our dishware. It's not enough for cuisine to be palatable, it also has to be presentable. Even the most appetizing of foods can lose its luster when it's served on second-rate dishes. Hence, most of what we use at the Mostro Lounge is high-quality, name-brand dishware. That reminds me of the struggle I went through back when I was first preparing to open the lounge, actually. Day after day, I'd gather intel on the hottest restaurants, and send our suppliers to their dishware makers. Then I'd put the samples we'd collected through their paces, one by one. It all paid off in the end. Now the lounge has exquisite dishware to show for it.
I had no idea you were so particular about that.
I prefer it that way. I want my customers to relax and enjoy their tea. It would only intimidate them to know the value of their teacups. But it's that attention to subtle detail that elevates the lounge's atmosphere to the lofty heights it's achieved. Now, if only Floyd would stop messing about with my painstakingly selected dishware before the whole collection is broken. I keep warning him to treat it with more respect, but it always goes in one ear and out the other.
It's never easy for you, huh?
I do try to relax when I can, of course.
How do you unwind, actually?
I like to read in my dorm room. I tend to check out entrepreneur autobiographies and other such books from the library, then read them with the lighting nice and low. I also have my elegant decor and my collection on display to set the mood. Taking a moment to admire the environment I've cultivated for myself is always soothing to me.
Do you have any hobbies?
Why, yes. I enjoy collecting coins. I've been doing it for years.
What got you started?
What was it again? Oh, right. I found a coin on the seabed near a sunken ship when I was a boy. My first assumption was that it was just some standard unit of land-dweller currency. But when I looked it up, I found out that it was a commemorative coin. There were only 100 of them ever minted. The face value of the coin was 1 thaw-mark. But in the collector's market, it was a highly sought-after item that went for 5,000 times that! I never knew coins could be so rare. That discovery led to me collecting more of them. Isn't it fascinating that a unit of currency's history or minting process could give it more value than the denomination it's assigned?
That is fascinating. How many coins are in your collection now?
I'd say about 200, give or take. I like to frame my favorites and hang them on the wall. As market value goes, they're not especially volatile either, so it's both a hobby and a sound investment.
How about other hobbies?
Well, I suppose I do play board games. Back when I first enrolled, I checked out the board game club, among others. Idia was there, along with Ortho. And they introduced me to a board game that simulated making trade deals. To say I was impressed is an understatement. Imagine, a game that lets you hone your business acumen. I signed up for the club on the spot. I've since played a wide range of different board games in my time at the club. I think I'd credit that with helping me develop a stronger nerve when I have to take risks. And more to the point, it's highly entertaining to use your wits to grind an opponent underfoot.
You certainly have a wide range of hobbies.
Of course. You never know when something will come in handy for business further down the line. There's no such thing as a wasted experience.
Thank you for sharing all of this. It's been a very enlightening interview. And once again, happy birthday.